dynamic band.
Non, non, franchement, il y a un truc qui va me c'est les matchs de hockey.
Sorry, excuse me.
Dynamic band.
Non, non, franchement, il y a un truc qui va me c'est les matchs de hockey.
Sorry, excuse me.
Check 1, 2, check 10. Gosh, your lips are delicious. Never such a beautiful. Say, baby, you can breathe. Check 1, 2. Thrill when you touch my hand. How can you do this thing to me? Think of my lifelong sorrow. If you got pneumonia and I get over that cold now, baby, it's cold. Baby, it's cold outside. You're as close to me as two is to three, and the dawn is storming through my heart.
I like the change of clothes. It was very smart.
Wadzidzi wa waldamak ta uloma waldamak umozo wongan. Gusila wa ha ni kongo agik ta sanki gwazidzik kahaloma waldamak mziwi awani udatsu waldamin alonzin iwi. Congratulations to you all. It is. Skamiwi. Congratulations to you all. It is
President Patton, on behalf of the faculty at Middlebury College, I have the high privilege of presenting to you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts of 2022.
Now, inasmuch as each of you, each and every one of you, without one exception, presented to me, has completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, I have the honor, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Middlebury, to confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities here and everywhere pertaining to this degree. Congratulations.
Of what's next, even though there will always be something that's next. 4 years of playing whack-a-mole with our doubts has gotten a lot of us here, to graduation. Some of us are in a well-earned state of bliss. Some of us aren't. Maybe some of us are hungover right now. But I think we are all beginning to understand that doubt doesn't really get solved, and that maybe it's not supposed to be. What does it look like to embrace not knowing, to acknowledge the cosmic rarity of life feeling settled, even on days like this one, to sink into the uncertainty of the present, to hear the questions that you don't have answers to yet, and still choose to be here, now?
And the hard sell for so many of our parents is the uncertainty of what you're gonna do with your studies. Studying at a place like Middlebury is the exact place where you might be in the middle of an existential crisis. Early in the class, we read the work of the late author and activist Bell Hooks, titled Toward a Worldwide Culture of Love. Hooks suggests that when life appears uncertain and difficult, love is a source of a radical presence, that love is the medium through which we can work with what we have, where we are. Professor Tran read this quote from the text aloud to the class. Fundamentally, the practice of love begins with acceptance, the recognition that wherever we are is the appropriate place to practice, that the present moment is the appropriate time. But for so many of us, our longing to love and be loved has always been about a time to come, a space in the future when it will just happen, when our hungry hearts will finally be fed, when we will find love. Hooks put it to say that the best versions of our life and our most loving, peaceful self has been waiting behind this milestone or the next one. But the truth is, your life is not any less complete in moments of uncertainty than it is when you have all the things that we want. Today is an important day and is an appropriate time to practice love, to express gratitude, to be here now. But the other days can be too. Saying all this, especially talking about the power of not postponing our love, I'll admit that I have struggled to embrace it at times.
On your shoulder from time to time. Answer its questions by hugging a friend, thanking a professor, telling your family you love them. Your task is not to solve your doubt, but rather try to make a friend of it. Laugh with it if you can. Make room in your heart for the unknown and the in-between, the mundane and the floundering, for imperfect goodbyes. Uncertainty in these moments is not a sign of some failure to embody your best self, but instead a realization of your humanity. It is an act of grace to embrace it, to embrace the shadows of your unknowing and your imperfection, and through it all, love relentlessly.
Professor Tran sent me
to celebrate and congratulate the great class of 2022. Incredibly challenging 4 years. Right in the middle of your college experience, your world was turned upside down. One day you're in class, you're playing sports, you're dating someone, or at least you're trying to, and the next day you're at home. You're wearing a mask when you go outside. You're trying to figure out how to use Zoom and how to learn in an environment where your kid brother or sister is screaming outside your door, and having to adjust to having your parents around you 24/7 just when you thought you had escaped. You worried about your physical health, and many of you had close encounters with somebody who got really sick or even died. You can't deny that the past years created immense mental stress. We all had to radically readjust to a new world order. The economy went rapidly into a deep recession. Unemployment skyrocketed, and family members and close friends lost their jobs, and they wondered how they were going to get by. For almost 2 years, stress, mental stress, and often financial stress. So when I say congratulations to the class of 2022, I mean it. You went through a time unlike any other in recent history, and you were resilient, tenacious, courageous, and you're here. And everyone who is here today celebrates your accomplishment, something we hope we would never see again. And the ripple effects of war are profound, and we're all going to need to work on addressing their impact for years to come. Energy prices are skyrocketing through Europe and the US. I was just in Los Angeles a couple of weekends ago, and the price of regular gasoline there is over $7 a gallon. Food prices are moving up quickly, as almost 30% of global wheat production comes out of Ukraine and Russia. And it's quite possible, in fact, maybe even likely, that an incremental 400 million people across the globe will go hungry next year as a result of the war. As you all know, it's at 40-year highs, and the Fed and other central banks around the world are combating that by raising interest rates at levels not seen in decades. And those actions increase the chance of a recession in both Europe and the United States. Obviously, your future employers are thinking about where and how they hire employees to meet this moment. Everyone's trying to figure out, what does the workplace of the future look like? Are we all coming back to the office? Are we all going to be remote? Is it going to be something in between that? And finally, what about global, more fully integrated world with global supply chains and open trade? Or, as seems more likely now than before, are we moving to a more divided and even balkanized world order? Inside our own country, the cultural wars that surround us are only going to intensify. And given that challenge, you need to listen, and you need to think about the implications for our country and our world and for your future. So that is the reality of today. There's no denying that. And either fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you think about it, I think about it as fortunately, we are looking to you, the next generation of leaders, to navigate and rapid change. What you learned here at Middlebury, what you learned about yourself as you found new strength and inner resources during the pandemic, is going to serve you well and has the opportunity for you to make a huge impact. I now look back and I understand that a liberal arts education needs to be well more than mastering a rigorous academic curriculum. It's obviously about learning and about asking the right questions, but you will have to take what you learned and evolve and adapt to a world that is increasingly stressed and divisive. Your education was, maybe more importantly, you must challenge yourself to listen intently and respect those who have a different set of values. More than ever, we need to understand what it means to form and sustain community. Each of us, all of us, have a responsibility to each other. I can assure you that your values and principles will matter in every work situation. Think about that. I think it says that each of us has the inherent ability to think about how we can shape things to repair and heal the divisions in our society. But to do this, you have to contribute to building trust. You need to listen hard and find common ground. You will need to know when and where to stand on your values, and when and where you can compromise to find common ground. That's not easy. It's not easy for anybody to do that. But as Reverend Barber said, the only way we come through this and we come out better is if we find our way together and we lift everybody up. I've been leading a public company for over 7 years now, and I've come to understand and believe that global companies and their leaders need to address the societal issues of our day and be willing to take a stand when it really matters.
Increase your capacity to discern, to decipher, and yes, even to determine. May the knowledge and experience and skill of your teachers remain with you in every endeavor. May their care for you become increasingly apparent, like the rising sun at the dawn of this your now emerging life. And may it become for you a reality. In the words of Abraham Joshua Heschel, there is a realm of time where the goal is not to have, but to be, not to own, but to give, not to control, but to share, not to subdue, but to be in accord. For as he says, to gain control of the world of space is certainly one of our tasks, but time is the heart of existence. Your time here now is finished. May you be held in the knowledge that you have all that you need. May you be well. May you be at peace. May you be at ease. May you be happy. Amen, amen, and amen.
was also funny that